Coach, you want to open with a statement about the game tonight?
Yeah, give Southern Utah tremendous credit. Well-coached team. They've got, um, a lot of players back, a lot of experience. I thought they played extremely well tonight. And obviously, we were very fortunate to win. We beat a good team tonight. And like I told our guys in the locker room, we got to give them credit for us not playing as well as we know we can. But there's a lot of things that we inflicted on ourselves. But like I told our team, a lot of teams would have lost that game tonight. I thought we had some opportunities where we had momentum to stretch our lead, especially late, and gave up some and ones, some open threes, fouls. We couldn't come up with that stop to stretch the game, and they made some backbreaking plays. We found a way to win, which we're always going to. That's the name of the game, especially this year when teams haven't had an opportunity to play anybody. I mean, usually you have an exhibition, a scrimmage, to come out first game against a good team that's been together. Um, we're happy with the win. It's always good to win and make improvements. And I can tell you what, we got a lot of freaking improvements to make. But at least now we have real evidence. It's not us against us. It's us against somebody else that we can sit down and really learn from. And if we grow, we can be a heck of a basketball team. But we're nowhere where we need to be.
And you go down 12 points in the first half early. What was your message to the team at that point?
Well, we had some broken plays. Again, give them credit. They made some shots. This was a team last year that scored 55% of their points in the paint and at the rim. And, early in the game, when you prepare for a team like we did and they make you pay from the three-point line, we told our guys, just hang in there. The percentages will come back our way. And, we were able to limit them, in the second half a little bit from three, but they got too many layups, too many shots at the rim. We weren't in position. We didn't do a very good job of guarding the ball. But we did get some stops when we needed it, and we put together a run when we needed it, and we were able to close out the game. I mean, what a shot by Jalen Anderson. I mean, when he came into the game in the first half, we were down 14, and he made 2 threes at the end of the clock that I thought were huge and allowed us to creep back in. And then, the play at the end of the game, obviously we wanted the ball in Eli's hands, and we ran a play for him. We always talk about kicking it out. I think that ball actually kicked off Eli's foot. So he literally kicked it to Jalen, and he made a huge three. And that's who he is. He's special with the ball in his hands at the end of the clock. But our message is we've got to continue to get better. I said coming into this game, I was excited because I wanted to learn more about our team, and I wanted to see who we were. And I knew this team would expose us in the areas we needed to be exposed, and that happened tonight. So we got to get better, and because it doesn't get any easier for us.
And offensively, you had 5 guys in double-figure scoring. What was the balance like out there, and everybody able to get their shots and their looks?
Yeah, that's who we are. There's not one guy on our team that's going to carry us. We've got to be a balanced team. And, I felt like offensively we did some good things. We had 12 turnovers. We'd like to keep it, under 10. But even, our execution offensively for 70% of the game was nothing like we had prepared for and what we've been working on. And that's what the game will do to you. And now we've got to go back and we got to clean it up. But for us, it starts on the defensive end. Our offense will be good when our defense is good. And we cannot be a team that allows their opponent to shoot 50% for the game. That's not how we're going to win here. And I'm very disappointed with what we gave up defensively. And that's, tomorrow morning when we get back together, we've got to clean that up, or the things that we want to do this year will not happen.
And you've mentioned all along the most important game is that next game. So now that you have the next game coming up, kind of an oddity in the schedule with 2 against the same opponent, what do you look for this first road trip with the guys?
Yeah, again, we get to find out, a little more about ourselves. We played a team. I think this team will finish at the top of their league. I find it hard to believe there's going to be, 3-4 teams with more talent than Southern Utah But now, going and playing a Big Ten opponent on their home court, on the road, we have got to be a lot better. And it starts on the defensive end. But I'm excited to do that next game, but also next day. And before we can even get to Minnesota, we've got to worry about Loyola Marymount. And the next 48 hours, we've got to improve as a basketball team.
And then I'll open it up to questions if you have any. Feel free to comment in, and I will call on you. Yes, Alex.
Hi, Coach. You talked a little bit about Jalen. 12 points, hitting the buzzer beater at the end. What do you think was the key for him to sort of adjust to the collegiate game so well in his first ever game in college?
Jalen's a player. I've said that from day one. Jalen is an alpha. He doesn't shy away from moments. Everybody talks about the game winner, but the play that actually set that up, he took a massive charge late in the game on the ball, which was huge. What a play by a freshman. Put his body on the line, take a charge while he's defending the ball, and then come down and make that shot. And I tell our guys all the time, like, if you play good defense, the game will honor you on the other end. And, Jalen, he's got a long ways to go to get better, but I love his spirit. I love how competitive he is, and he's fearless. And to be a good team, you got to have a guy like that. I mean, think about the shots he hit today. He hit the game winner at the end of the clock. And like I said, in the first half, he made 2 huge plays with the clock running down to stifle their run. So I'm glad he's on our team. He's got a chance to be a phenomenal player for us. And I see him, really getting better as, each game comes.
And then you can keep going, Alex, if you have anything else.
I have a few more. Is that okay?
Sure.
All right, cool. I guess obviously no fans there tonight. Did you notice the impact? Did you think that changed the game in any way?
Yeah, I mean, it's noticeable. Obviously, the crowd noise, you don't have that. Bodies in the seats, eyes on you. Those are things that, as a player are, easy to recognize when they're not there and when they are there. But our staff, our marketing team, Craig, our athletic director, and everybody involved, they've done a tremendous job, Matt, in creating a great atmosphere here, given the circumstances, and it felt good, So I think as we go, we'll tweak some things and make it better. But once you get in the game, you don't worry about that. You're playing. Once you get in the game, it feels like there's a million people in there. But our staff has done a tremendous job in creating a really neat environment for our guys, and I'm very appreciative of that.
The score, team played Southern Utah last year. The score was 61-51, much higher scoring today. How did you feel like the team adjusted to a faster pace and a higher scoring game?
Yeah, I don't know if you can compare years. The one thing, Southern Utah this year, I think they've really improved their shooting from last year. And I can't remember at what point in the year we may have played Southern Utah last year. I don't know how many games were under our belt. I think this team is a much better team, Southern Utah, from a year ago. Not to take anything away from what LMU did a year ago. I mean, they won by 8 or 10 points. But, obviously the pace we want to play, and our pace today was nowhere near who we want to be. And again, when you don't play an exhibition, you don't have scrimmage, you have a lot of slippage, and we have to go back and correct. But we obviously play a faster pace, and we want to play a faster pace, and we open the floor up a little more, and we're not playing against the clock as much, so the scoring is going to go up. But I want to be in the 80s. I don't want the other team to be in the 80s as well. And again, it goes back to defense. And had we played better defense, we would have scored more points. So we've got work to do. That's part of it. And, good teams, they get better as the season goes. And we've got to be a team that gets better as the season goes.
And then lastly, the three guys who missed last year and then came back, and Joe, Damian, Matthias, combined for 43 points tonight. What was it like to have them back, and what sort of impact do you feel like they made?
I mean, great. Those guys had a tremendous impact on the game. Um, are there some things they could have done a lot better? Absolutely. But, I felt for their first game back, and that's what we all have to remember. These guys haven't played basketball in a long, long time. And you can practice all you want. Once you get into the game and, your rhythm, your timing, that's going to take some time. I thought Damian started the game really, really slow. It's one thing I've been on him about, his motor. But I thought as the game went on, he got better. And that's a good sign. I thought Matthias, especially offensively in the second half, really gave us a boost when we went inside. And, Joe made some timely plays. Those guys are just going to get better. But anytime you have a core group like that back, you have a chance. But those three guys have to be better defensively. Our entire team has to be better defensively. And that's the piece we've got to figure out. We have to commit to, and that's who we have to be.
Great. Anything else from you, Alex?
Nope, that's it on my end. Thanks.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Thank you.